Let's also look at the fact that this thing didn't start this season. This is a familiar place for them because they were there last season and finished as 17th in the Prem, even though they played a European final in the Conference League, in the Europa League where they won against Man United. They play Arsenal tomorrow, and after that game, they go to Fulham, Craven Cottage, where they take on Fulham next week Sunday. After that game next week Sunday, they have another one against Crystal Palace, and then they go to Liverpool, and then they go to Nottingham Forest, or they play against Nottingham Forest, then they go to Sunderland, then they welcome Brighton, they go to Wolves, they go to Aston Villa to wrap up the season. These are not easy fixtures for them.
Realistically, I probably would expect them to, beat Fulham, but this is happening at the Craven Cottage, so probably a point. I expect that they do well against Crystal Palace, but Liverpool, Tottenham, and they go to the Stadium of Light.
Sunderland, that's a tough place to go to.
A tough place to go to. I think it's still very much doable that they get themselves out of it, but to be really tricky because in between they have to play Chelsea, they have to play Aston Villa. So we are looking at just about 4 games. You can say they should be able to. I'm looking at Fulham, Crystal Palace. Maybe Nottingham Forest because they are in identical form, and I expect that they are also going to.
There's a new coach now that has made them really good. We saw them against Fenerbahce.
Yes, and I'm not going to really target loss because at that point in time, by that time must have played 2 or 3 games and we felt this is the direction they are taking. So I will still probably count them as a game they could possibly
win.
From. Yes, and they play against Brighton, with Brighton are just that erratic team as well, so you can't particularly tell what's going to happen. So and then they have Wolves. Apart from that, they play Leeds United and Everton. So you are looking at possibility of them having within 10 to 15 points.
Few of these other guys, I mean, they still play Spurs themselves, so that's what it looks like right now.
To be honest, I think
to train.
13.
Yes, only 13 players have been able to train. So they will depend on the reserve team to offer them some players that will fill the blank spaces for them. The Byfields of this world, and a few other guys that they would bring in. At Tottenham Hotspur of this world, and a few other guys that they would bring in. At Tottenham Hotspur, realistically,
where Kudus gets injured, it was your side is chances created from set piece and not from set piece, and they're looking at who else builds you from the team. You're looking at piece, and they're looking at who else builds you from the team. You're looking at Kuchi Romero. They're looking at who else builds you from the team. You're looking at Kuchi Romero. If these guys are out, it means the backbone of Tottenham Forest are sort of just about written off. So I think they were not able to answer all of that, and I felt maybe they would have done better. And Postecoglou said in the interview you had with Neville and Ian Wright and it's not just about investing. The kind of investment you have, the kind of investment you do. You don't just buy players for just buying sake. You need the right kind of guys. Who would move the needle. He said he wanted players like Semenyo, but somehow, they spent identical money in terms of the value, but the quality was off. So when you look at all of these things put together, and I think you can tell where the problem of Tottenham Hotspur is. And to be honest, I think they've just about dug themselves into this pit. And I don't know if I should feel pity for them, but I mean, for the lack of sporting merits that they've shown, I think it's just about how it. Everton at some point were making such mistakes. I mean, a few seasons ago they were buying and they felt they were doing investment, but it was not the right until they started to do well with getting the loans, and they practically had to retrace their steps. And right about now, you can say they are a bit balanced and stabilized. 2 years ago, they were almost fighting relegation as well.
They were.
So, I mean, you look at it now, you could tell, gradually they'll find themselves, back to where they want to be. But Tottenham also are currently this
game. So, Tottenham, are they realistically fighting game? So, Tottenham, are they realistically fighting relegation? Yes, Carragher says if they toy with it, they will get relegated, and it will be the most embarrassing relegation for any club since the Premier League era. are they realistically fighting relegation? Okay, let's of course go right into it. This one says
That is absolutely superb.
good afternoon, guys, in the studio. Ada Kefas from Ada Kefas from Asaba says my 2 hands are out for you guys. You guys are doing a great job. I hail. Thank you. So it's contributing on the topic we've looked at. He said a huge respect for players like Desire Kwanozie, the former Numonu players, and legends should learn and know when to quit. Promise from Jack on Day. Okay, thank you. Peter from Australia says we need to be honest with ourselves as a country. That particular player should not have been invited when there are others who are active and playing consistently at competitive levels. Selection should be based strictly on current form and merit. This situation further reinforces Super Eagles coach's earlier comments about avoiding interference in team selection. For our football to progress, our coaches must be allowed to make independent decisions based on performance and tactical needs. If proper care and professionalism are not applied in managing selections and team structure, then the Super Falcons may struggle with consistency and qualification in future tournaments. Peter from Australia. Thank you, Peter, for that one. It's always important to have things like that because, again, this is a competition where the best 4 sides on the continent will pick up a ticket for the World Cup. And you don't want to approach the World Cup with same approach, same system. Except we are just attending to make up the numbers and not leave an impression. Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. VQ and Joseph. I am Michael from Jakonde. Thanks for all the updates. You guys are doing a great job. Yes, Tottenham are really fighting relegation. Can you imagine if Tottenham lose 3 games in a row, they will sit well in the relegation zone. It has been a terrible season for them. Okay, Michael from Jakonde says they are really fighting relegation, and if they lose all of these matches, say 3 in a row, they will be in the relegation waters. I think the luck they have is also the fact that the likes of West Ham United, the likes of Nottingham Forest are also not picking points. If those guys were picking points, we'll be talking about a Tottenham Hotspur side that probably will be struggling right now to get themselves out of that zone. But that's not the case, as the other guys. I mean, people must occupy their spots on the table, and Tottenham Hotspur have theirs pretty much covered for them. That's why they are where they are. 090 41,889, 090 44,889. Spurs fighting relegation. Now, a North London derby comes up tomorrow, which will be, of course, an opportunity for them to relaunch the season. I mean, if for anything, they're up against an Arsenal side who are their bitter rivals, and Arsenal going for the title, Tottenham Hotspur trying to avoid relegation. Spurs could be a clog on the wheels of Arsenal's chances of brightening whatever is left of their chances to win the title. Joseph.
Well, I personally think for me, it's just whatever they have to do now is just to maintain the results. I think for anybody who is looking to just wrap up the season now, yeah, there are a few teams that are basically not. You can't say this is what they are fighting for, but the truth is, okay, there's so many of the grass. Whether you're looking at getting out of relegation, you're trying to win the title, you're keeping the pressure on. I think the likes of Manchester City are those who are not particularly trying to get themselves under pressure. Yes, whatever will come. In terms of the results, they don't have much to lose, given that the top 4 is basically still locked down for them. maybe the likes of Chelsea or even Liverpool are the ones who will try to. I think for now, I think it's just applying the simple logic of what everybody has to do. It's just to keep winning the games. Although I'm not expecting any team to go 100% winning accuracy from now to the end of the season. That's almost not possible. Given the fact that in fact majority of the teams so far this league season have rather been inconsistent. I don't think Arsenal have been inconsistent at some point.
Yeah, currently now.
Yes, Manchester City as well. It just happens that they are directly competing for it at this point in time. But again, if Arsenal had been consistent for the better part of what they've not been,
especially in the second half of the season.
Yes, I think they are. You could probably say
put it out of sight.
Yes, it's out of sight. You could give them the maybe even the earliest title finish at this point in time. Because, it's possible because you look at the number of games they've dropped points and you ask yourself, why are you dropping points against these teams? And sometimes things are done that you can't really explain. So I think for me, now everybody just needs to work out for the point. And there's only one simple truth for everybody. Either you are trying to put pressure on Arsenal. I think Manchester United are about comfortable where they are now, top 4. So you just need to continue winning. Probably put pressure to maintain where you are or even cement it. Liverpool are somewhere in the mix as well. You want to keep pressure on those at the top. Chelsea are somewhere also in the mix. So I think it's really important that they just keep on winning at the end on to the end of the season. Yeah, there will be draws on the ways, but I mean try as much as possible not to find yourself wanting in terms of losing games. Okay.
Yes, of course, we're still talking Tottenham Hotspur at this time on Football Live. 090-41,089, 090-44,889. Yes, the numbers to call to be a part of the show right here. Hello. Okay, try to reach us again. Do you think Tottenham Hotspur are realistically fighting relegation? Or it's just maybe a blip in the season? But that's one crazy blip for it to take you all the way to 16th. For a blip to take you to 16th. Again, that explains why the owners of the club would have said to themselves, well, there's no change anytime soon, and we've not seen an end in sight. Again, it culminated in having the manager fired and a new guy has come on board. It comes with a lot, with a good reputation. People say he's going to come with the chaos. He did well at Marseille before the results started going south. Started well at Juve before things actually turned around again and results went south. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. My name is David. BPN, Galadim Ambassador.
David, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Happy weekend.
Wishing you the same.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Tottenham are really fighting relegation. And to compound their woes, tomorrow they are going to hit another Waterloo from Arsenal. You understand? Arsenal has been beating them at will. So, and Arsenal, with what happened in the midweek, Arsenal are going to respond in a very positive way, with anger, with fight. With hunger for success to get 3 points and also keep up the pace.
Okay.
Because Tottenham, they are just, there is no two way about it. They are fighting relegation. Yes, the new coach that come, Igo Tudor, yes, he has tried this thing, but I don't see them really going to get any results against Arsenal, given what happened in the midweek. And then the remaining fixtures for them are also very bleak and dicey, because I don't see them winning all those matches. If they did not even show any sign of winning. That's the problem here. So indeed, they are fighting relegation. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that one. Yes, of course, talking about Tottenham Hotspur.
Absolutely superb.
Yes, of course, we're still talking Spurs. In the meantime, let's let you know that games are on. Yes, action have kicked off in the championship. We'll bring you details and more. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah. My name is Ferry Kidder when the Chelsea, that's what Chelsea no football. When you ask if sometimes it's fighting for their life in your just a place. This one to me cannot be a beautiful. You see Tottenham, I have known Tottenham for years. Tottenham is a team that will always look comfortable. If they are not fighting for European places, they will be comfortable rocking around the European places. So this time around, looking at their form and everything, I think seriously they are fighting for their lives. So they are fighting for relegation. If you say no second, they might fall into that relegation. Unless something happens next. Yes, I think they are fighting for their life. That's the reality. Even though anything football is kind of game, anything can happen. So realistically, they are fighting for their life.
All right.
No, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for that one on the show this afternoon. Still Football Live, and yes, the action definitely does continue right here. Stoke City have taken the lead inside the first 5 minutes of the game against Leicester City, and Leicester had 6 points deducted from them, and since those points deduction, they've actually suffered the kind of losses that would, in fact, in the last 5 games, Leicester have not won. In the last 5 games that they have played in all competitions, lost to Oxford United, lost to Charlton Athletic, lost to Birmingham, took a 3-goal lead against Southampton, surrendered all 3-goal lead to lose 4-3, met the same Southampton in the FA Cup and lost to them 2-1. So yeah, it's been a difficult one for Leicester City, and you can only help. But you cannot help but feel sorry for them as it is right now. Looking at the standings, where are they right now? They've appealed the case. I'm not sure that's going to work out, but let's see. It's better to try and not to try. They are 22nd. Yes, they are 22nd on 32 points. They are 22nd in the relegation waters. 3 points behind West Bromwich Albion in the relegation zone. And they're only ahead of Oxford United as well as Sheffield United. West Bromwich Albion, by the way, have just conceded a goal against Coventry. Coventry have taken the lead in that game. It is 1-0. Coventry on the road. They lead against West Bromwich Albion. In League One, Plymouth against Cardiff City. That game is currently on, goalless after 6 minutes. And Rotherham have a penalty which they've converted against Doncaster Rovers, 1-0. They lead in that game. And Wickham against Stevenage, 6 minutes on the clock, no goals recorded yet as the action continues right there. Of course, games, the cutting razor, more or less, for a league like what obtains in Sweden. Yes, the Allsvenskan has started. Yes, talking about the Svenska Cupen. Yes, the cup game in that league. And Miabi currently lead against Kalmar, 1-0. Göteborg against the Östersund. It is goalless as we speak. Action, of course, definitely popping up right there. And we're here to serve you all of it and lots more. We're talking Tottenham Hotspur at this point in time. Yes, do you think they are realistically fighting relegation? We've seen situations where, in fact, there's been talks that, bring back this man as soon as he coaches US, and then whatever the outcome of the World Cup for United States, you need to bring back Pochettino. Yes, you need to bring back Pochettino. He was the one who had an understanding of this team, and since he left, nobody's been able to get them firing the best way possible. There's been loads of talks here and there about Tottenham Hotspur. Do you think this season, yes, they flirted with it last season, won the European competition, and that's why they are playing Champions League football, by the way. So yes, we're looking at the season to ask you if you think Tottenham Hotspur are realistically fighting relegation on the show today. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, try again. Was unlucky there. Maybe poor reception. Looking at Spurs. Hello, good afternoon. Hello,
good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, my name is Sabah, calling from Delta State.
Welcome.
Yeah. The thing is that Tottenham is really fighting relegation because from the features you just read out 2 minutes ago, I don't think they can get up to 6 points in all those features that you call that. The highest they can get is draw with their Wolves. Because all those features, I'm very sure that Fulham will win them, but Arsenal will not win them. Arsenal will not win them. That match might end 2-2. Arsenal will not win them. But other features will be very, very difficult for them, and that will really make them to go down. But I believe Igor Tudor, the dual master, will not allow them to go on relegation. He will fight it out. That is the finish 15 or 16, and they will escape relegation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that one. Says he believes, yes, they can. They are in relegation fight. Yes, they are in the relegation fight, but he believes that they should be able to wriggle their way out of it. Yes, he's a man to bring chaos for the opponents. And so you'll have to be organized to be able to control the chaos that Igor is bringing at Spurs. Coventry lead on the road against West Bromwich Albion, 1-0 in that game. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. This is Gideon Communication.
Okay, Gideon, welcome.
So, there's a competition around Tottenham on the relegation zone. Yes. But I think they will survive it. But it looks like in the future the match they will have, I think they will survive the relegation zone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. He says with the fixtures.
For me, there is a 110% chance of Tottenham avoiding relegation than even Arsenal winning the league. So there are players there that will come back from injury, and a new manager bounce. I think it's pay off. I don't think Tottenham is going to relegation. This became Tottenham last season. They ended up 17th position. Why Man U finished 15? I'm not mistaken.
15, 1-5.
This season will still see the same thing, though they will still avoid that relegation. You understand? They will not go relegation. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for that one, Daniel Desmond. Of course, your contribution right here on the show. Yes, still bringing you more of the action as we take more contributions. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. I can hear you.
Yeah, to me, Tottenham is not fighting the relegation.
They are not.
Even though they are going to play with Arsenal and they are going to lose Arsenal. But to me, they are not fighting the relegation. They are both relegation teams.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now, according to the standings, they are actually above relegation. But they are just one place better than where they ended